in the end, it's all about preparation. And that's where your daily energy expenditure comes down to whether you are spending your time in an optimistic thought pattern or a pessimistic thought pattern. Optimists will always live longer. Why? Because they will minimize that stress hormone in their body and therefore will overall have better health function. Not saying that it is 100% of the time that an optimist is healthy, but statistically they will have that better quality of living because they look for the better things in the scenario, always the cup half full. And the truth then is, by getting the optimist mindset, which is something like assessing the scenario with empowering yourself, you can go into any situation and go, I can't do that, or you can say, I can try. There's a difference with that. And the person that says, I can't do that, has shut themselves down. The person says, I will give it a try. That's the best they could do. The other things that are really important with this is always to think big. We always limit ourselves. We really need to start thinking ourselves as healthy. We need to start thinking ourselves as achieving these things, because it will make the overall picture of health so much more attainable. And the truth is that a lot of us sit around stewing. We say, well, I'll do it tomorrow, but tomorrow is next week. Tomorrow is next year. So many people fail their resolutions because they fail to plan or to set the goals or have strategies in place to make sure those goals are maintained. The truth is, there are people that you know right now that fail to have proper health and well-being, but they'll say, I'll do it tomorrow. Or they actually say, I'm doing okay because I feel okay. But internally, their body could be ready for crumbling. The truth is, chiropractic is a vitalistic health, where elimination of subluxation increases your health so dramatically, but you cannot be 100% healthy if you're not well adjusted. At the same time, you can't be 100% well adjusted to be 100% healthy, because those other points that we've mentioned today are essential to supporting that chiropractic health and well-being. And so the decisions you've made in creating new, better, improved versions of your spine and of yourself in the long term is just going to dramatically increase your health and well-being on a daily basis. I see it in my family, I see it in my patients, and I'm so happy that you're part of it. So that's what tonight's really about. It's about giving you an understanding of chiropractic and other small items, and to give you a little sneak peek at the other 6 workshops essentially: exercise, nutrition, thinking patterns, positive affirmation, rest period, and so forth are integrated in all of those, and giving you a slice and understanding of why the choice you've made is so dramatic in your overall long-term outcome, not just short-term, but long-term. Because as a leaving thought, I want to just cover this. Let's say we're talking about person A, B, or C. Person A receives 1 adjustment, person B receives 100 adjustments, and person C continuously gets adjusted for life. Person A, after 20 years, will there be any difference in their spine from that adjustment? The answer is no. The person B who's had 100 adjustments in 20 years, do you really think there'd be any evidence of that adjustment pattern left? And the answer would be no. The only way to get health and improvement in your spine is to continuously getting adjusted to continue to improve your spine. And that's why we set up the way we do our practice with membership programs and so forth. Alrighty? So again, thanks for your time today. I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you, every single one of you, at your next adjustment and at these workshops that we're going to be running throughout the year. Excellent. Thank you. Excellent. Any questions, guys? Because I know there's not been really an opportunity for questions as such. Getting a bit stiff myself.
What kind of exercise?
Exercise? Yeah. Exercise is really about stressing the ticker. Okay? And the ticker, I mean your heart. You really ought to be... I bumped into this guy on the treadmill the other day. But essentially, you need to stress that ticker at a certain percentage of your maximum heart rate. And so that's why you can do that within 15 minutes, but half an hour to 45 minutes is even better. And your maximum heart rate is 220 minus your age. So let's see, 220 minus 26 is 194. So if I want to work out 60% of that, well then that would be about 130. Okay? If I want to work out at 85%, now it'll be about the 150s, 60s. And working out at that intensity will stress that ticker so it gets stronger, because your heart is a muscle, and if you don't exercise it, it can fail. And not only that, it will maintain your weight better and all those kind of things. In terms of chiropractic exercises, they will come in due time. For the moment, that's my answer for now. But essentially, after about 6 or 12 adjustments, we start talking to you about neck extension exercises, shift exercises. We do that at your first progress exam. So whenever your first progress exam is, I always tell patients, remind me, because it's something that I really try and spend time on, but to give you exercises that will improve at reducing your pattern. And that's something I didn't cover there, but the pictures you saw in your x-ray is your pattern. And when we're adjusting you, we're not adjusting you from abnormal pattern into a normal pattern every adjustment. We're stimulating it on a regular basis to make sure that pattern is eliminated. But if you stop getting adjusted, what will happen? You just fall back to that pattern, because that is your pattern. That's how you interact with your environment in that pattern. Now, you can choose to stay in that abnormal pattern and have your health compromised, or you can get a regular adjustment to minimize that abnormal pattern, be in a strong, healthy pattern, and allow that function to come back. And the exercises that we give you are related to your work and so forth, that are going to try and minimize that abnormal pattern taking place in your spine. But that's really the only exercise that we prescribe. The other ones is just you stressing that ticker and doing a bit of weights to make sure bone density stays nice and strong, especially for the ladies, because it drops dramatically faster than with boys. Okay? Cool. Any other questions? I know, it was a ripper of a shot. Everything was there.
It is good. Yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
kind of
yeah.
well.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I every time I've run a thinking workshop after this workshop, it's always booked out and goes for about an hour to an hour and a half. It is a little bit long on an evening sometimes, but you know, I've had ladies stop smoking, I've had ladies lose weight, I've had men basically start exercising again and give up smoking as well, and consistently stay with that. It's just such an awesome process to take a person through. Cool. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Have a safe drive home. And take it easy.
Thank you.
Take it easy.
See you next week.
See you, Ganesh.